Hey, what's going on, Gemini? Robin here with AriesFireTarot. Welcome to my channel, and thank you so much for joining me today as I prepare to do your January 2021 general tarot card reading. So I'm going to be using the Good Tarot to do this reading, and I have the Essential Tarot right in front of me that I'm going to use to clarify any cards here to see what sort of messages are available for your sign based on the collective energy of Gemini. Of course, this reading is for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, and of course, any Gemini cross watchers. So let me just shuffle this deck out a little bit here for you. So yeah, I'm just doing an intuitive read. Sometimes I use tarot spreads, and sometimes I just don't feel like it. And this is one of those days where I'm guided to just really tune in and give you guys what's available. So I hope you enjoy. And I got a card come out, so I'm going to keep it. It's face down. I can't see it yet. So we'll start your reading off with that Essential Tarot card. Sometimes I talk too fast, I know, but I just have such a high energy, especially when I sit down to read, and all my spirit guides are like, yeah, here we go. So let's have a look at this. We've got the Three of Cups. This is a very bountiful, very connected, very emotional, like sort of bonding with you and other people. This is going to be a really good month for you guys to maybe reconnect with people or meet new inspirational people that could be very helpful for you on your path. This is also a reminder for you guys to be very grateful, thankful, appreciative of who you do have in your life and what you have in your life right now. And oh boy, so we have the Temptation card. So, you know, I'm seeing where things could be put in your path to really try to distract you from what it is that you want. For those of you that are single, actually anybody, it doesn't matter what your relationship status is. You could be provided with somebody that is going to be extremely lively, to sort of take you away from the person that you're meant to be with or are currently with right now. So be very careful about that. Be very careful of somebody coming in and being a huge flatterer. If you're single and you're sort of dating around, or you're communicating with one or more people, or, you know, it's going to have to be multiple people in this case for what I'm seeing here. Be very careful of the smooth person. Be very careful of the one that's always complimenting you. There's something sort of a little bit slippery about what they're doing. And they could come in and, you know, they could make you feel really good. They could give you compliments that maybe you haven't heard for a while, or, you know, just be a little bit extra. And this could happen, you know, in relationships where things could be a little bit tedious, or maybe you're not getting along with your current partner. But, you know, talking to somebody outside your relationship is certainly not going to help. So you are being guided here to be careful about who you let into your life right now. And this might not necessarily be a romantic relationship, but it could be also a business partner. You know, it could be somebody really trying to do something not appealing, you know, but they're disguising it with the way they talk. Or, you know, for those of you that are on dating sites, be very careful. Like, do not give your money to people. A lot of scammers out there, so you guys just use your best judgment and don't let loneliness distract you from the integrity of what you are trying to accomplish in your life. Wow. Okay, so that's huge. So let me pull another card here. So you have the Six of Water. So you guys, this could be really a key thing here for you. You know, if you're feeling really lonely and you want to be distracted by somebody that doesn't necessarily have your highest good, there's something that needs to be looked at within yourself, because the Six of Water is kind of looking back at something else, like, oh, the good old days or whatever. And if you're uncomfortable spending time in your own company, it's going to leave you a little bit more susceptible to people to come in and take advantage of you. So let me clarify this with the... Okay, so there's something in your past that... Okay, I pulled the Death card. that you basically need to stop romanticizing, because it probably wasn't perfect as you are looking at it to be. Like, you could be comparing somebody that you're seeing or an opportunity to something that you lost in the past, or maybe you broke up with somebody, but you need to let that go. And if you're single right now and you've been single for a long time, there's something within you that needs to be healed, especially if you get really uncomfortable hanging out with yourself, because you should be feeling completely whole within yourself and not having to seek outside sources to make you feel better, because you already feel pretty good about yourself. So there's definitely almost like a rift that needs to be repaired, either in your current relationship that you're seeking outside to make you feel a little bit more stabilized, or something in your past that you're just, you're putting too much of a high sheen on it, because it's not how it actually went down. But, when you're single for a long time, you can tend to drop your standards, and then somebody comes in with that sort of, wooing and crooning, and they really seem quite attractive in the moment, but they're probably playing on that. So don't let anybody victimize you guys, and take away the peace that you've worked really hard to achieve in your life right now, especially those of you in relationships. Okay, so be very, very mindful about somebody coming in, and like, people don't start off like that. That shouldn't be like, that should be a massive red flag when somebody's like, oh, look at your muscles, or oh, hey, beautiful. Beautiful is not your name. That really that bothers me when people come in and they're like really hard on the gas and they want to just come in and take over. You got to watch other people's motivations. Dog is being weird. Okay, let me pull another card. So you have the King of Water here, you guys. This is an extremely connected energy. Things should just come into you very easily, very gently. Like I said before, like, people should not be coming on super strong to you. There's something wrong with that. There's like, really pay attention to the red flags that people are offering you. Don't let your loneliness be your downfall. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Okay, so if you feel alone in your relationship, you need to address it, so that it'll come back in very gently, the way that this fish is swimming into the King of Water's hands. And this is a very powerful, like I said before, the King of Water, he's Poseidon in this card, and he is like the god of the ocean. So let me just pull another card over top here. So you have the Five of Rods. Okay, so there's definitely something going on. There's a little bit of a schism here that I'm seeing. This is where things are being said out of order, and again, this is going to be your biggest clue to what is happening. And this could be your current partner saying stuff like that, and maybe they're trying to get under your skin a little bit. There's something really jamming your radio frequency here, and you could be misinterpreting signs along the way. Again, I'm going to refer you guys back to this temptation card. Okay, so when you're tempted off the path, things tend not to go very well for you. So don't let anybody get in the way of what you have really tried to achieve right now. I'm going to pull another good tarot here. You've got the Ten of Water. So your happiness has to be guarded very carefully right now. I'm really seeing like almost like a snake in the grass winding around you, kind of waiting to pounce, because you're probably a very generous person, very kind. Also, somebody could be misinterpreting your cues of friendship and coming in a little bit too strong here too. Let me pull a card over top of that. You've got the King of Rods. Like, it's time for you guys to move on from anything that is untoward. Like, if you're in a relationship and you've got a friendship that has been going a little bit over the top because you're not really getting along with your current spouse right now, It's time to nip that in the bud. You know, there is such a thing as emotional affairs. Like, it's not cool. It's not on. It's not acceptable. And it's like people on dating sites, you know, if you're single, it's like they have some sort of a radar for the vulnerable. So you really need to protect your vulnerability here. Whatever that looks like to you, if it's financial, you know, if it's emotional, if it's intellectual, you guys, you have to guard yourself. Like, you are the most important treasure, and you are your highest resource. I'll pull one more card. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, so it's almost like this little side trip that somebody wants to come in and offer you. It's a test from the universe to see what your integrity is like, and how strong you are, and how you're going to take care of the relationships that are most important to you. And this also includes the relationship that you have with yourself. You know, so if you are single, if you do live alone, like, really be careful. Don't just let somebody come in because you're tired of, you know, sleeping alone, or, you know, get a cat if that's how you feel. Really, you know, the Wheel of Fortune wants to move you forward, but if you're busy following the siren song of somebody that has ill will for you, you're going to miss the ride, and you don't want to miss this ride. Really, really pay attention to any sort of outside source, again, that wants to come in and do that to you, because it's like your best intentions are not matched by this outside source. They've got a different driving force, and it would be at a cost to you. So watch out for the flatterers. Just watch out for people that, you know, you're going to feel it right away. And it can be very common to ignore the red flags because it feels good in the beginning. But the red flags are there for a reason. Pay attention to them as soon as you see them. Nip it in the bud. Get rid of that person. Protect what is near and dear to you. Yeah, and just be very careful in January, you guys. Okay? Please, I can't say that enough. Just be very careful of temptation. Okay, guys? All right. Take care. Bye.